Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. You're rubbing me blind, you know. And how were you gonna carry all that? You'll not find a better price than that. Is that all?
Yep. Not saying for you, do you? No scratches, right? And?
Ultima may have created us, but he doesn't make us who we are. Only we can do that. And if he would have us fight for our survival, so be it. It's what we've been doing all along.
Much like Ultima himself, it would seem. His new world being naught but a means to survive. And so, we must contend to decide which of us shall inherit the land. Should Ultima prevail, it will mean death for us all. Of that, we can be certain. But even should he fail, what world awaits us? A withered, godless place, where our newfound freedom will most like prove a chain in itself.
Well, that may be. But a chain can always be broken. As long as one has the will to break it. It won't be easy. It may take generations. Centuries of suffering. And that is, if everyone plays their part. But it will happen. And when it does, it will be on our terms. That is the world that awaits us.
Indeed. And what better world could one wish for?
But first, we have to reach that crystal.
Then it's a good thing I have wings.
You can barely stand, let alone fly. And only the Founder knows what horrors await in those skies. You certain about this?
Am I certain? I am the Phoenix. I will do what I must. This is our fight. Remember?
All right. I yield. But only what you must, yes? I'm still your sworn shield.
That you are.
And what of my wings? Lest you forget, you go to stand against a god. I would not have you succumb to fatigue before the fight begins. Ifrit, your brother mentioned that some few of the dominants who had lost their power to you were still able to prime. Is that true?
It is. But their icons no longer submitted to their will.
Then mine will have to be stronger. That you both might save your strength for the battle to come.
You don't have to do this.
If you do, there's a chance you might lose all you have left.
And what have I but regret? My life ended in the Dominion. I fear death no more. Besides, I would have words with Ultima. He has much to answer for.
We are in your debt, Dion.
We can speak of debts when this is over.
He speaks like a man who knows he's not coming back. And has come to terms with that.
That doesn't mean that we have to, does it, Clive?
Time to talk to Jill. I only hope she understands.
Come to wish on a star.
That might not be such a bad idea. This is it, Jill. You know what I have to do. Why I have to do it. There's no turning back now. This is where our journey was leading us. Where it will end, for better or worse.
I could pray to Metia for you. But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You always are.
I did promise we'd watch the moon together.
I'll be waiting.
It's almost time. Better make sure I haven't forgotten anything. Something tells me this is no mere adventure What is it this time, Tor?
Clive, my boy! Rutherford informs me that we owe you our thanks. Hadn't intended for you to get...
I would have done the same for anyone else.
You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make a terrible nobleman. But tell me, is the realm truly in as dire a state as Rutherford suggests?
From what little I saw, you were right to be worried.
I suppose I should have expected the worst. But I was rather hoping the great and good of the realm might have things a little more under control. Alas, it seems that firm leadership is in short supply these days, and without it, the people are bound to lose their way. We must move quickly.
But where do we start?
True, the challenges that face us are many. But in my estimation, there are two key areas to be addressed before any other. The realm's armies, and her larders. As you've seen firsthand, it's every man and woman for themselves out there. Certain cities have banded together to try and maintain some semblance of order, yes, but such cases are few and far between. And yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is unity. A unity that transcends even the borders laid down by our ancestors. In short, if Storm does not stand together, she will fall apart.
But how would one even begin to unite the realm?
The armies, my boy. As I told you already, we begin by restoring order among the ranks of those sworn to maintain it. Sadly, I doubt I could convince even the lowliest gaggle of privates to dig a latrine together. But I do know someone the High Commanders have been known to listen to on occasion. Field Marshal Eugen Havel.
I thought he was retired.
He was, until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed most of the rank and file. There is no man alive more capable. Literally. And as luck would have it, I've already spoken with him on the matter.
Of course you have.
And he's agreed to help. On one condition. That he first speaks with you personally. Havel has always been a man of frustratingly rigid principle, and he has certain qualms about clasping arms with, well, with an outlaw. I extolled your many virtues as best I could, of course, but the old goat was adamant that he be allowed to appraise you in person. You don't mind, do you, my boy?
Of course not. As long as chaos reigns, we will never build a better world. I'll do whatever it takes. And if the Field Marshal wishes to speak with me in person, then so be it.
That's the spirit.
I'll leave for Randalar at once. Would you send a Stolas?
Of course. Rutherford is already in the Dalmekian capital. I'll have him tell...
Excellent.
No.
Clive.
Joshua, what's wrong? And don't say nothing.
It's... not nothing. I've received word from Cyril. The Undying have found Father's will, or something akin to it.
His will? How and where?
In the crypt beneath Rosalith Castle. After Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity to recover what relics of the Duchy yet remained. And in the process of doing so, they found a letter from Father.
I'm surprised anything survived down there.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience. I have been meaning to go, but... would you join me?
Of course. I want to know what's in that letter as much as you do.
Very well. I am ready to leave when you are.
Sid, do you have a moment?
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping her. She found some way to send me a letter. And something else. Records from a Waluda prison. Seems they were keeping a lot of bearers there.
How did she come by such a thing?
Finding bearers always was her strong point. And it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives, the masterless. Bearers no one would miss. And even better for her, bearers with no one to look after them. When ether started lapping at the walls, the jailers fled.
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to come along next.
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust by now. And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from traveling to Waloed, I can't let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk shipwreck on the Shadow Coast than leave them to starve.
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate the Narrow.
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception, but we travel together. And we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times. We save as many as we can, and we leave.
Thank you, Sid. There was a name in the prison register. A name from my past. Chadwick. Another of my former master's protégés. A gifted soldier, and the closest thing I had to family. The thought of him held captive in that place.
He must be very important to you.
He was. Is.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of Ravenwit walls, just beyond the portcullis. We should head there as quickly as we can. I only pray there are still bearers alive to save.
As do I, Doris.
Sid, I was wondering if you could help me.
It depends what with.
A bearer, but recently freed from his bonds, is keen to join the Curse Breakers. As you know, the work we do is not easy, which is why we test every volunteer's suitability. I was hoping you could oversee this one's evaluation.
I don't mind, but why this one?
Because he wants to be a scout. Our ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking chains and putting slavers to the sword. But scouting, we're few with the nose for that, which is why we still rely so heavily on Gav. And since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better placed to recognize the traits in him that we should look for in those who'd fill his boots.
Sounds reasonable.
So you're happy to oversee the boys' test, then?
One can never have too many scouts.
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attending his trial, and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach in readiness.
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present. I'll await you there.
Northreach. I suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer. Vivian, I read you and I'd be happy to help you find the book you're looking for.
Thank you, Clive. But tracking it down will not be easy.
Please. You have always granted me it's only right that I return the favor.
You are too kind. Alas, what I ask of you is right. I spoke with Hippocrates to see if he had any inkling as to where... But perhaps it is best that you hear the details from him.
If you say so.
Forgive me, Clive, but this book... It set me on the path to be...
What do you think happened to Miss Mid?
Sid, you have to...
With what?
No. Well, yeah.
It's Miss Midadol. She's been acting very strange.
When she is, she acts like we aren't even there.
In the class.
That's what I said.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind.
Not long ago.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? You really should be more Don't listen to her. Even if you did...
But who's gonna put Miss Midadol back together?
Why don't I go and see if I can cheer?
You do that. She's in her dungeon.
Don't scare him. It's not...
Thanks for the warning. Mid.
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right! If this doesn't steer to the skies, not...
To the skies? You aren't trying to give the Enterprise wings, are you?
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding them. Is this really so important that you need to shut yourself away from everyone?
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm, and that's with the sea beneath her. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to anything else? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves, so... I'm gonna do something about it. The Fallen had their chance, but they relied too much on magic. And see where that got them, but not me. I've discovered how to do it without... Well, almost. First I need to make a
And is that a one-woman job?
Are you volunteering? I'll have you know the Enterprise is but if her godfather's offering to lend a hand, First, I'll need oil, and not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the Tub and Crown. Refined stuff, like they make in Ordill. Then I'll need some bone, or shell. Light, strong, preferably no longer...
If it's beast bones you're after, I'm sure the curse breakers will know.
No, they'll know where you might find some.
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
I will not let them be forgotten. Sid.
Of course.
It is an honor to finally... My name is Herman. I wish to be deployed to Ash.
No. The lands... I will not send good men and women to risk their... Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve something. I was... Or rather... It was not a place of nurture. We were tortured. Until we... And few ever survived long enough.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many. But they must be remembered. The Institute was run with military... Sid.
You were a good friend, but the fact remains that Ash is simply too...
Sid, please.
Too dangerous for you, Herman. I'll go to Bad Bach and find the...
You will?
I won't let you risk your life.
I don't know.
You can start by telling me where I'll find this...
Vida Grace. Hidden in a forest.
All right.
May the mothers go.
Pining for something, boy. What is it? What do you see out there? I never did ask where you got that anklet of yours.
From Sid, that's why. On the day he brought him home.
That long ago?
And you're only thinking to ask this now? Sid saw that the pup had a habit of gnawing on his leg, since you ask. Clap that there iron on him to keep him from doing it.
What was wrong, boy?
I'll take like as not. Must have been hard on the poor whelp losing his loving masters at such a young age. Doubly hard in being a frost wolf, torn away from his icons and all. Sid would always tell him, you want that iron gone, you find what it is you're looking for. I reckon what he were looking...
I'm sorry, Torgal. Sorry for making you wait so long. Let's get that thing off you.
Doesn't sound like he wants it off.
Indeed. You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you? You want me to go with you somewhere?
Quick, aren't you? Glad you've been...
Not nearly as much as you...
Aye, good thing and all. It's not like Gav would have kept him in nuts and rubbed his belly, these...
Your kindness is appreciated.
Only because he doesn't talk back like the rest of you.
Where to then, Torgal?
and has seen ourselves handled.
All right, Toggle. I'm going to need a little bit more than that. Do you have a better hint for me? Unless you've already given me one. Why don't we try the rookery? To Port Isolde, then. Fingers crossed the old mooring is still there.
All right, Sid.
Only if you earn it. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next...
Most bones are the same. If it's durability you're looking for...
I do. Will any old adamantus do?
Well, with shells, but don't expect to make quick work.
I'll keep that in mind.
Have care.
No mistakes. It's still here. Lots more than I remember. And you're a lot bigger.
You two go on with it. I doubt that boat will hold a third.
If you're sure. Hop in, boy. This place hasn't changed at all. The rookery's right through those trees. Come on. Race you there? I bet I could still beat you. Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal? Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. And Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here? My sparring sword. Well, well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy? Thank you, Torgal. For never giving up. For never forgetting. Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either. That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal. All right. I'm coming. I think I know where we're going. People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you. But without it, we wouldn't be who we are today. And we certainly couldn't steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go home. It's oil. So what happened here? It's a miracle there was any left at all. should be enough. Here we are again. Carava. If you were a tortoise, Torgal, where would you hide? You deserve a rest. It looks like we found him. Materials to Mid so she can finish. Your prototype. Nazaire might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
Oh, no. Well met, Sid. This is the initiate. Ember, present yourself.
At your service, Smart.
Please, just Sid. There are no...
Oh, of course. Thank you, Sid. The sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at my trial.
To become a scout, yes. You are aware of the...
I am. But I swore I'd face them. Just...
Who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found me, and no magic, no support, just one man. It taught me what one man can do. And I've been training ever since, so that one day I can be someone's savior.
You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds like you're under no illusion.
So...
You haven't even started yet. Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find it and bring it here.
And bring it here, right.
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook would be... You'll need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction, and all without being discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubli.
Ember, Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your...
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather eye on him all the same, would you?
On my way. All right, Ember. Impress me. These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready. Or maybe not. Damn it.
Ember, draw your sword!
I can't!
Then run!
If you want him, you'll have to go through me.
Odin! All yours! Over here! This one. This one.
Ember, are you... Gone. Of course.
I didn't expect you back. Where is Ember?
He must have fled. I followed him to Eastwatch, where he was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. I had to step... He was nowhere to be seen.
I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but he seemed...
The right man for the job? I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
Eh? How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't that what you asked me to do? To bring the thing back without getting caught?
He has you then, his heir. And he did it...
But Sid!
He did what he thought was best. And now I have to...
Of course. We'll await your... Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
This won't be an easy... Come on.
Fly, Ambrosia.
What? No need to ride from here. This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here. Conditioning. Disposed of. Herman wasn't exaggerating. This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out. A forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see. This must be the registry. So many names. This place was a slaughterhouse. And where is the architect of all this misery? It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed.
This one. Get him.
There's something about it.
You should have seen it. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yes. Welcome. Truth be told, it was me who suggested rope, but from what I hear, things didn't...
No. Ember lost his nerve in the face of a beast of prey, but he didn't lose heart. He pressed on, and he achieved his aim.
Indeed it is. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand to pluck him. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember...
Wait, Sergeant. Ember still has much to learn, it's true. And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a second chance, nonetheless. After all, he did do as you asked.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade, and any mind can conquer its fears. But a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, or you ain't. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember here has shown he has a conch and a half. Wouldn't do to waste it now.
Fine.
I'll do whatever. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I'll show you.
Daft as a brush, that one. Just like someone else. And if you ask me, we've been about time the curse breakers took some of the...
Couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been... Next thing you know, he'll be asking... Chance would be...
Forgive me, Sid. This...
But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Remember that.
I will, Sid.
I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Come to claim your just desserts? You earned this. All done?
I hear... Did you...
I did.
If... the bearer... The director was a brutal...
The registry was all I found beneath the tree. There was no sign of a body. Nor any record of what happened to the children after the orphanage closed.
I pray that at least some of them survived. All their names are here. The ones we lost. My friends. My light in those dark times. I can still... Children who were taken from their bunks. No explanation at all.
They'd be happy to know that you survived, Herman.
But why did I make it out alive? Once...
It's not your fault. See that their names live on.
I'm going to write a book. All of Valisthea, and in the name of those I lost.
Neither will I.
These records would have been...
You make it sound like I asked you to say...
Tell me, this...
It's most of what I need. And a cogwheel. Just gears that smaller a bastard to make, and I may...
Wait, the children. When they took apart your now that I think about it,
The young'uns? But why would the... You know what? I'll keep working on the model. You go and find that cog.
Sid! Is Mid still hiding from us?
She wasn't hiding. She's just busy working on her next project.
A new invention? Is it an airship?
Do you think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. A brass gear. A tiny one.
Oh, the one you forgot!
We saved it, just in case.
Since your lesson, we've been all the pieces that are left over, we keep under our beds. Just in case.
That's... good.
Look! I found it! Is that all? Just the gear?
That's all for now. But I'll let Mid know about your... hoard. Just in case.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Well?
They did.
Will it work?
What exactly are you going to...
Only the most important... The wings aren't going to move on their own. Well... That should do her. Here goes nothing. Titan's tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The Mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes. Children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always